Mosaic, a daily news program from Link TV, presents a selection of news reports from independent and state-controlled broadcasters from throughout the Middle East.
His Majesty King Abdullah has returned home after a short visit to Kuwait and talks with its Emir Sheikh Jabir Al Ahmed Al Sabah. The summit talks centered on bilateral ties and the latest developments in Palestine and Iraq. The two leaders expressed their keenness to develop bilateral ties in all fields and to reactivate the Jordanian-Kuwaiti Joint Committee. The king stressed that any Israeli withdrawal from Gaza should be part of a comprehensive pullout from the Palestinian lands. Earlier today, Their Majesties King Abdullah and Queen Rania have patronized the launch of the Jordanian National Plan of Action for Children for the years 2004 to 2013. The plan is Jordan's blueprint of activities for children in fields related to childhood, health, education, protection, media, and monitoring. It was developed by more than 200 experts working for and with children in the country. Her Majesty Queen Rania hosted an iftar banquet at the Royal Hashemite Court. Attending the iftar were representatives of local and regional civic community, organizations, youth, women and family affairs institutions, as well as journalists, writers, spouses of members of parliament, senior officials and other dignitaries. Car bombs and clashes in Iraq killed 12 Iraqis and 3 Australian troops were wounded. The Australians were hurt when a car bomb blew up near the Australian embassy in central Baghdad. 5 civilians were killed during clashes between U.S. forces and insurgents in the western city of Ramadi. 3 people were killed and 2 others wounded when U.S. tanks fired at targets in the city of Fallujah. And tribal leader Sahar Khudair and 2 of his associates were killed in the northern city of Mosul. And an explosion ripped through a section of a pipeline near the Baji refinery in northern Iraq. At least 14 Palestinians were killed, including an 11-year-old boy, when Israeli tanks and troops backed by helicopter gunships stormed Khan Yunis refugee camp in Gaza Strip. 3 of the Palestinians were killed by missiles launched from unmanned drone aircraft were policemen. At least 74 Palestinians and 2 Israeli soldiers were wounded in the incursion. Also in Gaza, several thousand Palestinians marched in a funeral procession for a Palestinian policeman killed in the raids. And finally, Israeli Prime Minister Ariel Sharon submitted his Gaza withdrawal plan for a crucial parliamentary vote. Facing far-right threats to his coalition and warnings of civil strife, Sharon opened a stormy 2-day debate widely expected to end in approval for Israel's first evacuation of settlers from occupied lands. Polls show most Israelis back this engagement, and it is likely to pass with about 67 of the 120 votes in the Knesset tomorrow.
The Israeli occupation forces raided the town of Khan Yunis in southern Gaza, killing 15 Palestinians and wounding dozens of others. Dozens of Israeli tanks and armored vehicles raided the town and demolished several buildings, including the house of a prominent leader of the Qassam brigades. Meanwhile, the Israeli Defense Forces are surrounding the Nimsawi neighborhood west of Khan Yunis. Nasser Hospital in Khan Yunis was the site of most painful and bloodiest incidents. The sound of mothers wailing could be heard all over the hospital, while others fainted in the hospital's waiting room, which